I stood at the edge of the crowded ballroom, my heart pounding like a drum in my chest. The high school reunion was in full swing, laughter echoing off the walls, old friends clinking glasses, and that familiar buzz of nostalgia mixed with judgment. I adjusted my tie, feeling out of place in my off-the-rack suit, but I was here for one reason, to show that life hadn't beaten me down. As a single dad raising my 6-year-old daughter, Lily, on my own, every day was a battle. But tonight, I thought, maybe I could pretend everything was fine. That is, until I saw her, my ex-wife, Sarah, striding in like she owned the place, her arm linked with her new husband, a slick lawyer type. She spotted me across the room, and her lips curled into that cruel smile I knew all too well. "Oh, look everyone," she announced loudly, drawing heads my way. "It's Alex, the failure who couldn't keep a family together." The room went silent. My face burned with humiliation. But just as I was about to slink away, the doors swung open, and in walked my boss, the billionaire CEO of the tech firm where I scrubbed floors as a janitor. What was he doing here? And why was he heading straight for me? The murmurs started immediately. People whispered behind their hands, eyes darting between me and the imposing figure of Mr. Harlan Voss, the man whose name was synonymous with innovation and wealth. He was dressed impeccably, his presence commanding the room without a word. I froze, my mind racing. Had I forgotten to lock up the office last night? Was this some kind of cosmic joke? Sarah's laughter cut through the tension like a knife. "What's this, Alex? Did you hire an actor to play your friend?" She tossed her hair back, her voice dripping with sarcasm. The crowd chuckled nervously. But Mr. Voss didn't flinch. He stopped right beside me, clapped a hand on my shoulder, and said in that deep, resonant voice, "Alex, my man. Glad I made it in time." My stomach dropped. What was happening? Let me take you back to how I ended up here, because this story isn't just about one humiliating night, it's about the wreckage of a life and how one unexpected act of kindness can rebuild it all. My name is Alex Thompson, and 5 years ago, I had it all, or so I thought. Sarah and I met in college, fell madly in love, and built what I believed was a perfect life. We got married young, bought a cozy house in the suburbs, and soon enough, Lily came along, a bundle of joy with curly hair and eyes that sparkled like stars. I worked as a mid-level manager at a marketing firm, pulling in a decent salary, while Sarah stayed home with our daughter. We had barbecues with neighbors, family vacations to the beach, and dreams of growing old together. But cracks started showing early. Sarah always wanted more, bigger house, fancier cars, vacations to Europe instead of Florida. I tried to keep up, working overtime, but it was never enough. Arguments turned into fights, and one day, she dropped the bomb. She was leaving me for her high school sweetheart, who had become a successful attorney. "You're holding me back, Alex," she said, packing her bags while Lily cried in the next room. I deserve better. The divorce was brutal. Sarah got the house, half our savings, and primary custody of Lily at first, but when her new life proved too chaotic, parties, late nights, she dumped our daughter on me full-time. "You're better at the parenting stuff anyway," she texted one day, as if Lily were a chore to pass off. Suddenly, I was a single dad, juggling a demoted job after layoffs hit my firm, and scraping by in a tiny apartment. Mornings were chaos, getting Lily ready for school, packing lunches with whatever was in the fridge, then rushing to my night shift as a janitor at Voss Tech. Yeah, that's right, I went from manager to mopping floors. But it paid the bills, barely. Lily became my world. She'd draw pictures of us as superheroes, fighting bad guys like bills and rainy days. "Daddy, when will we have a big house again?" she'd ask, and I'd force a smile, saying, "Soon, sweetie. Soon." But inside, I was breaking. Loneliness crept in like fog, and self-doubt whispered that Sarah was right, I was a failure. Fast forward to a few months before the reunion. Work at Voss Tech was grueling but steady. Mr. Voss was a legend, a self-made billionaire who started the company in his garage, revolutionizing AI software. I'd see him occasionally, striding through the halls, but we never spoke. I was invisible, just the guy emptying trash bins. One late night, though, everything changed. I was cleaning his office, humming to myself to stay awake, when I noticed a photo on his desk, a young girl about Lily's age, smiling brightly. Curiosity got the better of me, I picked it up, and that's when he walked in. "What are you doing?" his voice boomed. I stammered an apology, explaining I had a daughter too. To my surprise, he didn't fire me. Instead, he sat down, poured us both coffee from his fancy machine, and we talked. 4 hours. About fatherhood, loss. Turns out, he'd lost his wife to cancer years ago and raised his daughter alone. "It's the hardest job in the world," he said, "but the most rewarding." From that night on, he sought me out. Quick chats turned into mentorship. He even gave me tips on balancing work and parenting, and once, when Lily was sick, he let me take time off without docking pay. But back to the reunion. As Mr. Voss stood there, defending me against Sarah's barbs, the room held its breath. "Actually," he said, turning to the crowd, "Alex isn't just my employee. He's my friend, and soon, my business partner." Gasps rippled through the audience. Sarah's face paled. "What are you talking about?" she spat. He's a janitor. Mr. Voss smiled calmly. Was a janitor. Alex has been developing an app in his spare time, something revolutionary for single parents, tracking schedules, connecting with support networks, even financial tools. I've seen the prototype. It's brilliant. My jaw dropped. How did he know? I'd mentioned it casually once, but never showed him. And tonight, he continued, I'm here to announce our collaboration. Alex, if you'll accept, Voss Tech is investing $1 million in your idea. The room erupted. Cheers, applause, but Sarah stormed forward, her eyes blazing. This is a lie. Alex couldn't invent a sandwich, let alone an app. And just as she raised her hand to slap the contract he'd pulled from his pocket, wait, what was she about to reveal that could shatter everything? I couldn't believe my ears. $1 million? Business partner? It felt like a dream, but Sarah's fury was all too real. She lunged for the paper, but Mr. Voss stepped between us. Careful, Miss Thompson, or should I say, Mrs. Reynolds now. I know more about you than you think. Her new husband pulled her back, whispering urgently, but the damage was done. Whispers turned to stares. I pulled Mr. Voss aside. Sir, how did you? He chuckled. After our talks, I did some digging. Your app idea? I had my team prototype it based on what you described. But it's yours, Alex. You inspired it. Overwhelmed, I nodded, but doubt crept in. Was this pity? Charity for the poor single dad? And what did he mean about knowing Sarah? As the night wore on, old classmates congratulated me, but Sarah cornered me later. You think this changes anything? Lily deserves better than you. I'll fight for custody again, prove you're unstable. Her words hit like punches. I'd fought so hard for Lily, losing her would destroy me. But before I could respond, my phone buzzed, a text from the babysitter, Lily's fever is spiking. Come home now. Panic surged. I had to leave, but Sarah's threat lingered. What if she followed through? The drive home was a blur, rain pounding the windshield like my racing thoughts. Lily was my everything, her giggles when we baked cookies, her tiny hand in mine during walks in the park. After Sarah left, I'd promised myself I'd give her stability. But now, with this opportunity, could I really step up? Or would Sarah's venom poison it all? When I got home, Lily was curled up on the couch, flushed and whimpering. Daddy, it hurts. I scooped her up, administered medicine, and held her until she slept. As I watched her breathe, memories flooded back. The day Sarah left, Lily had asked, is Mommy coming back? I'd lied then, saying maybe, to spare her pain. No more lies. The next morning, Mr. Voss called. Alex, about last night, there's more. I didn't just invest because of the app. I see myself in you. My daughter? She's grown now, but those single dad years were hell. You remind me of the fight I almost lost. He paused. And Sarah? My lawyers found irregularities in her divorce claims, falsified finances. We can counter any custody move. Relief washed over me, but challenges loomed. Building the app meant long hours, learning code, pitching to investors. Could I balance it with fatherhood? Weeks turned into months. I quit janitorial work, diving into development at Voss Tech. Mr. Voss mentored me personally, teaching business strategies, introducing me to his network. But it wasn't easy. Sleepless nights coding while Lily slept, doubts whispering I wasn't good enough. One evening, after a failed demo to potential backers, I broke down. What if I fail, Lily? She hugged me. Daddy, you're my hero. Heroes don't fail. Her words fueled me. We iterated the app, adding features like mental health check-ins for parents, community forums. Challenges piled on, a bug crashed the beta test, investors balked at my lack of experience. Sarah, true to her word, filed for custody, claiming my unstable new venture endangered Lily. Court dates loomed, stress mounting. But Mr. Voss stood by me. This is your redemption, Alex. Fight for it. The custody hearing was tense. Sarah painted me as a deadbeat, her lawyer twisting facts. But our side presented evidence, my steady income now, Lily's glowing school reports, even testimonials from Voss Tech colleagues. The judge ruled in my favor. Mr. Thompson has shown remarkable resilience. Sarah stormed out, defeated. That victory sparked momentum. The app launched, parent link, connecting single parents worldwide. Downloads surged, reviews poured in, this saved my sanity, one user wrote. Media buzzed, interviews, features. I went from humiliated single dad to inspirational figure. But the real win? Lily's pride. Daddy's famous, she'd say, beaming. Yet, success brought new hurdles. Fame attracted opportunists, old friends seeking favors, even Sarah trying to reconcile for the spotlight. I navigated carefully, prioritizing Lily. Mr. Voss and I expanded ParentLink, adding scholarships for kids of single parents. One day, he confided, Alex, you've given me purpose again. My wealth meant nothing without impact. Our bond deepened, like father and son. Lily adored him as Uncle Harlan, and his daughter became her playmate. Years passed. Parent Link became a billion-dollar enterprise, but I stayed grounded. We moved to a modest home, nothing flashy, just space for Lily to grow. She excelled in school, pursued art, inspired by our journey. At her high school graduation, I reflected, from that humiliating reunion to here, life had twisted unexpectedly. The key? Perseverance, vulnerability, and accepting help. Mr. Voss, now retired, sat beside me, tears in his eyes. You did it, son. And so, if you're watching this, remember, rock bottom isn't the end, it's the foundation for comeback. No matter the humiliation, keep fighting for your loved ones. You've got this. If this story touched you, hit that like button and subscribe for more inspiring tales. Thanks for watching.